Then we can do multiplication of two matrix, and there is a no concept of division of the two matrix, but there is a concept of transpose. So we can also do transpose two matrix, or we can also find the inverse of a matrix. But for this example I am just doing the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and I want you to implement the transpose and the inverse by yourself. Let's see how we can implement the addition, subtraction, and the multiplication. So first thing we have to understand how we can create a matrix class, or how we can create a class, what are its properties, what are its instance variables. So properties and the instance variables are the same thing. Then we have to think about what are its functionalities. So in that case we have the functionalities like addition, subtraction, and multiplication for a matrix class. Similarly, if we have a complex number, then the complex number we have the properties like the real part, then the imaginary part. For any other class you can think of like a person class. So for a person class the properties are the name of the person, the age of the person, its gender. These are the properties. So in object oriented languages we have of entity. Entity is nothing but a basically object, or we can create class by keeping all these things, properties in mind. So I am creating first see how we can create a matrix, how we can create an object of a matrix. We have test matrix. So first thing you have to create, so if you see this line matrix A equals to new matrix row and the column, so I'm passing rows and the columns. And if you see this structure here, initialize the rows and the columns and the data. So here the data is all the values are, because it's an integer, the default value of the integer is 0. So when I call this code test matrix, so when I call this code, after that code all the values inside the data is 0. For that purpose we have to first do the insertion, and before that I am just using the scanner class to taking the input. So it's a very useful class. So you can write this way: scanner object name equals to new scanner, and then you have to pass the system.in, then int means it is reading the next integer from the console. I am storing this inside the row and the column, and passing this row and column to the creation of a object A, the matrix class. Then I am first thing I have to insert the data inside the matrix. For that I have getting a insert method. So let's see what is insert method is doing. So insertion means you have to insert the data. So this is nothing but we can insert, we can access the element of the data on the indexes. As you are aware that uh, the matrix is index based, so it's a two-dimensional matrix. The index is I and the j, it's the rows and the column. We have to use the two loop, first for loop, then second for loop. We have to pass number of rows and number of columns, and then we could access the any element by using data I or j. Here you can see here uh, getting the data by using the method next int. This way we can fill any matrix. Okay, and then for insertion, then I am doing the same thing for the matrix B. Then and after that I have using the addition. So how we can see addition, let's see. Here we have the addition. So first I have checked the number of rows and the number of columns should be same. If it is not same, if number of rows in the first matrix and the number of rows in the second matrix is not same, or the number of column in the first matrix or the number of column in the second matrix is not same, then I am going to throw a runtime exception. That is, I am printing here illegal matrix dimension. After that, what I do, I have a two matrix A and the one that is called that object. So I'm getting that matrix by using this operator. Then for loops, first loop is run till number of rows and second is number of columns. Then I'm just using the function, adding both the elements, running a new. Here I am creating the new array. New array, here is the size is number of rows and the number. Okay, then I am returning that array. Well, similarly, we have to do the same operation in the subtraction. Is the change. For multiplication, first we have to check that the number of columns is not equal to rows. In that case, we have to find to throw the runtime exception. So you are aware of the how we can do the multiplication for the matrix. So in that case, number of rows should be equal to number of columns. Number of rows for the first matrix should be number of equal to the number of rows columns of the second matrix. So what I do, I have just multiplication operator and do the same thing as I do in the subtraction. Then for printing purpose, simply we use the two for loops, and then it's all about the matrix class. If you can run addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay, and the transpose is to you can implement the transpose and the A inverse or the inverse of a matrix. Let's run this class. If you run this class, we enter the number of rows and the columns. So suppose I enter the two rows column, enter the values in matrix 1 2 4 5 6. Second matrix, it should be 3 by 2. I have then enter 1 3 4 5 6. So addition legal matrix dimension and 2 addition, that's fine. So again rerun this code. Sorry, rerun this. So suppose I am adding 2 by 2 matrix, 2 by 2 matrix here. I am add values are 4 comma. Matrix 2 is also 2 by 2. Enter value 1 or 2. You can see the addition is 3479. If I check the values here, so the first row, it is row, first element 2 and 1 is 3. Okay, 3479. For subtraction 1011. For multiplication 8 12 19 20. Let's one more thing, that printing this in proper way. After insertion, for addition, let's print this matrix. Talent. First that method print all this. First we call a dot print, then we call b dot print. Now we are able to see how these things. Okay. The 2 by 2 matrix value 1 4. This 2 is also 2 by 2. Value 1 2 3 4. It is printed here. So first matrix is this one 1 2 1 2 3 4. Second matrix is the 1 2 3 4. Addition is 1 1 2 2 2 4 3 3 6 and 4 4 8. Subtraction is 0 0 and multiplication is this. This way you can see how we can do the how we can write a matrix class, or how we can approach towards object-oriented programming language. It's a very good example, so you can try these kind of examples. This example will gives you the two things. First thing is how you can how you can work with the with any two-dimensional array. The second thing, how you can think about object-oriented programming, how we can create a new object, how we can create a class, and how we can think about the instance variable. So that's all from my side. Thank you.